We just finished a 44-mile drive from Cortez to Hovenweep National Monument. Okay, we're at the Hovenweep National Monument, the Visitor Center. It's a very nice building. We're going to go on in and see if we can find out a little bit about the lifestyle around here. We're at Stronghold House. And here's something over here. Just notice how they are built right on the rocks. Right on the rocks out there. That one's a two-walled structure. Twin Towers is in the middle there, and just to the right, up on top of the hill, is Rimrock House. And if you look just below Rimrock House, there's a eroded boulder house, which is a house built inside the rock. You have to see it. We'll see what this looks like when we get it. I'll try and get a still picture. And Tower Point, straight out there in the middle, is a tower.
Okay, we're going to follow this trail. We're in Hovenweep National Monument, and the trail is bordered by rocks. It's a little bit up and down because we're walking over uneven rocks, but we'll make it. 2 miles.
We started down the trail. We decided to go down and up first to make it easier on ourselves. Judy's on down the trail there, so I have to catch up with her. Well, here's their direction to the trail, so I guess I just have to go back up this way, right up there. Then it looks like we might take a left.
All right, there goes Joe down the trail.
It's like going through those things that like caves and real narrowing.
Oh.
It really goes narrow. We're down inside the canyon now, and straight out there, the one just to the left of that tower is eroded boulder, and there's the Stronghold House, and then there's another one out there. But so now we're going to start up the trail and go on up there. We started over there, went down, crossed the floor of the canyon. Now we're coming up the canyon. Here comes Judy on out.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say that climb was about an 8.
You can walk around this canyon on the other side and see everything from that side, but we decided to take the long walk. Look how close we got to two towers. Twin towers, I'm sorry. But you really can't walk down to them. You have to respect where they tell you to keep out. There's a window right there, and on the other end is a doorway. You notice little holes in there. They thought maybe that was for defensive, for outlooking, to look out, scouts. And the ruins on the other side. Stronghold House with double walls on the other side. And here we have Rimrock House. But here's what I want you to really see, is how the inside the boulder, that's eroded boulder house inside a alcove. It's really neat. You can't see it straight on, but you got a side view of it. Across from us here, across the canyon, is Round Tower. And we'll be up closer to that when we get to the other side again. We're going to look at Square House, which actually sits down in the canyon there. And we believe that one up on the hill is Castle?
Yeah, something castle.
Something castle, but we'll find out when we get over there. The side here they're pointing out is that square tower, which is on the floor of the canyon, and the top wouldn't even be even with the top of the canyon. So it's hard to imagine what that would be for, but I would think maybe for food storage or something like that, so it's out and away from the various villages and buildings. or defense. There's an alcove back to my right, and coming down the canyon, there's a boulder right above it. You will find Hovenweep Castle. That was the castle we saw earlier. Square tower in the middle, Hovenweep Castle, Hovenweep House, and an alcove straight across, and they didn't build into it. It's almost like they took their same architecture from the alcoves, and Mesa Verde brought it here with them. The structures are the same, but they're on the rim of the canyon instead of down in the alcoves. There's something drew them to the canyons. Do you know what that was? I don't. Now you'll notice Hovenweep House had at least 2 rooms, probably more, and maybe more than 1 story. I think they were 2 stories high. So it probably had a living area, cooking area, storing area, and maybe a rumpus room for the kids. We're right across again from the castle. People probably think I'm mean because I use my wife as a camel. And here's her hump with the water supply in there. They tell you to bring water with you. We finished the smaller one, but we got one large one left. So don't worry about us. We're going to be okay. What do you think, Jude?
Yeah, I think because we're halfway done, so we'll be okay.
Even though these people lived close to 1,000 years ago and did all this work that long ago, they were pretty ingenious in engineering, because this is the water runoff would come down this little gully here, right down this way, and they would put check dams down the water flow all the way down here, so they would capture the water so they could bring it to their houses and villages. Okay, we've crossed the canyon. Now we're right next to Hovenweep Castle. This building has stood here close to 1,000 years, and that's all original. On this trip we've seen wood that's 800 years old. It's unbelievable.
There's the double walls.
Yep, double wall there. Here we are at Tower Point, and you notice this tower, we're out on the point above the canyon here. You'll notice that adobe house, I'll call it, is sitting right on a rock that has a canyon all the way around it, and you can actually see between the rocks right there. Hopefully that'll show up in this clip. But across the way again is that boulder house, eroded boulder house. I'm still hoping to get a better shot because it looks like a house inside a football helmet. You heard of track housing. This is what they call a unit type house. So this house is pretty much like most of the houses here, but then we're right across from eroding boulder, which Judy says looks like a snake, mouth open, and I think it looks like a football helmet with the house inside it. This is my favorite location that I've seen on this particular trip right here to Hovenweep. But straight across is a house built inside a boulder. They call it eroding boulder. And to me it looks like a house inside a football helmet, but to Judy it looks like it's inside a snake snout. Right next to the left of it is Twin Towers that we saw on the other side. And there's the tract house down to the right. Typical house. So this is really a good view of that eroding boulder home. Probably the best I've seen. It really looks good. We just made a big loop around here. I think it was a 2-mile loop. We went down a hill, up a hill. And after this trip, I think I'm going to start a touring company. And I think I'll call it Perello Touring. Oh, wait a minute, there is a Perello, but it's different. He's P-E-R and I'm P-I-R. So maybe I'll start that company.